It's DA's Dojo of Death. Only the strongest announcers survive.
Now, we have set this up before for you. The longtime announcer of the Sacramento Kings is named Gary Gerould. He originally began his career in telegraphs. I'm not even joking about this. If somebody told me he trained the first passenger pigeon, it wouldn't shock me at this point. He has a very dainty way of calling games. We also have Mark Johnson, the very aggressive and booming voice of the Colorado Buffaloes. When they play on the same night, we like to play their calls against one another. This is Mortal Kombat background music, and it sounds like it might be the guy with the lightning bolts.
Ah, that's what that is.
That's not Mraz after a crave case. He's intermittent fasting.
I am.
All right, so, Bogus, you can take it away.
So last night, DA, we had Gary Gerould, the king of kings, if you will, taking Sacto to OKC while Mark Johnson shepherded the Buffaloes of Colorado to Cal. Who would survive?
Round 1, Gary Gerould. Fight.
Corey Joseph on the right wing working against Schroeder. Shakes, takes the dribble to the right, gives to Bielitsa. High Rainbow is up and in. Oh my goodness, that was the highest arcing three-point shot of the night by Nemanja Bielitsa. He's 4 for 4 from
I
downtown.
love it when Neman does that. Gerould and the Kings starting strong, building.
I love also the, oh my goodness.
so high.
Oh my goodness, they jump so high in this sport.
Gerould and the Kings building a 19-point lead in the Thunder in the third quarter last night. You're up now, Mark.
Mark Johnson.
Comes up a high screen by Dallas Wolves. Turns right side, wide open. Seward again, right between the eyes from downtown. They've left them open twice, and the Brazilian senior has made them pay twice.
Oh, geography and basketball all together. What language do they speak in
Egyptian? Yep.
No. Right now, Gary Gerald's taking one on the chin. He just said, oh, dear goodness, they jump high in this sport. And then Mark Johnson, right between the eyes.
Mark Johnson's a cheat code in this game.
And the kid's not even from Brazil. He just made that up for the call. So that was round 1. This is round 2.
Round 2. Choose your weapons wisely.
Ball on the left wing and three-point range. He can shoot it. You better crowd him, Harry. He does shoot it. He scores it, and he's fouled by Giles. Could see that one coming about a mile and a half away.
Why are we making old men sad? The Kings blowing a 19-point lead last night in OKC.
So that was a Thunder highlight.
Yes.
Okay, because I couldn't quite.
No, that was a Chris Paul 4-point play. Hence, Gary Gerould being disappointed that Harry Giles didn't close out quick enough on CP3.
And he got fouled. You can see that one coming a mile away. We choked away another 19-point lead.
Last licks to Mr. Johnson.
Achilles got a left wing, looks to drive the baseline, turns, fires out. Maddox Daniels pulls up for 3, right between the eyes from downtown. McKinley with the assist, and Maddox Daniels, and maybe that'll light a fire for Colorado, pulling within 7.
The key there is the end. They've been playing from behind the whole game. Maybe that 3 gets them going, and maybe it gets Mark Johnson to win this time.
And I heard a word, fire, that is very important in the Mark Johnson vocabulary. Mark Johnson trying to will the Colorado Buffaloes ranked against an unranked Cal team on the road last night. He has one last shot at devastation on Gary Gerould.
Finish him.
Quick pass behind him, Seward, another 3. He fires and trains from downtown. Somebody call the Boulder Fire Department, because this place has been lit.
Victory.
That poor fire department gets more false alarms than any department in the country.
So that makes Mark Johnson, I think, 3-0 in his head-to-head.
So Gerould is just the Washington Generals now at this point.
Now, yeah, one of our callers points out that those electricity bolts, Raiden.
Okay.
That's Raiden's electricity bolts during the vocal combat. You know, I don't know what Gary Gerald's going to do here, but frankly, he needs to figure out what his secret weapon is, and being polite ain't working.
No, that's right. I do appreciate him being humble. I do. But you're right. When push comes to shove, you got to push sometimes. You got to shove sometimes, and he needs to vocally shove Mark Johnson and try and get a win out of this at some point.
Now, I think they play on the same night again coming up. So hopefully there's a different outcome for Gary Gerald, but I got a feeling.
You need a Kings win and a Colorado loss.
Yes.
And like a buzzer-beating win for the Kings. That's his prayer.
Game over. Golly gee, we won. Take that, Mark.
Wow, did you see that?
We have more points than them.
We finished with more points. Oh, man, I messed that up. I should have said, we win.
He's got to have we'll be back with a happy recap like Bob Murphy of the Mets broadcast.
Totally.
He's got to have some kind of catchphrase after a win going to that last commercial break.
This is enough for me to stay up to the middle of the night for Sacramento Kings games just to
I wouldn't
watch
go
a
that
lead
far,
pass.
DA. If we're friends, I'd advise you to still sleep. We'll let you hear the audio when you wake up in the morning.
Okay.